Alright, there we are. We are back, folks. After a little bit of a break, we are back. Hi. What? 2? What? It's 2 a.m. Mama. It's 2. Go back to sleep, Mom. Right. You need more sleep to effectively operate, Mom. You need at least another 3 hours. I might have to work on my mom's phone here soon. Get her a better app, a better phone widget or something. Or literally put a fucking clock widget right on her home screen just so whenever she opens it up, it's bigger. Alright, so folks. So, we got 2 upgrades for our bucket. We are now on the tier 3 bucket. I don't know if they have a bigger one. We are on the tier 2 version of this thing. So we managed to process all the dirt that we had squirreled away here. So we're now going to push this thing into the mine. And we're going to finish working this side here. I need to switch down here to, I have more of these track things because we need more. We need to push, we got this. We need to push this down a little further. Oh, too far. Back up just a little bit. Alright. First things first, we're going to break out the pickaxe. We're going to break a few rocks up top here. Click, click. Alright. Alright. Pull out the dynamite. And throw. Hey! Oh, I see blue there. I see blue. There's a blue. Pull it out again. Alright, pull out our bucket now. We're going to pick this dirt up. We're going to squirrel away the dirt here. We got 2 more big piles of dirt here that we need to fix up. So let's go ahead and put that away. And now we need to put one dynamite on this side, like right there, and one right there as well. Alright. Fire now! Another one! Fire again! Uh-oh. Stabilize! More stability. Go! Now I need to start breaking the rest of these rocks off on the roof here. I'm pretty sure we've already blown too much waste for us to be able to use dynamites more in this area. We'll have to use them over there. We gotta break the rest of these rocks down here. I may have spent a lot of money on explosives just so I could clear this mine out faster. I'm glad they added this because adding explosives to this game is amazing. To the fact that you can easily clear out all this excess dirt that just is going to make it take forever to clear out a mine completely. Because, I mean, this is only the second mine The second one out of like 9? I think there's 9 mines from what they said. Let me check the map real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's 9. There's 2 different mines here because there's twins. There's 2 different mines. That's probably the big one right here. This is probably the really big one right here since there's 2 different mine shafts in that one area. With a house on the other side. Across the bridge, I think, or something like that. Once I break off these rocks, we will then start pushing this way and using explosives to blast away more of the rocks. Alright, let's get the bucket and let's start cleaning this up. I'm just gonna move all the dirt right there. I think as far as eco goes, I think the main thing I like doing in that game is mining, breaking down rocks, and because you can actually process them with the little filters and stuff, and actually break the rocks down to other things, and make things out of them, which is amazing. As well as also squirreling away large amounts of actual rocks that you can't really ever use or anything, but you can actually just store them away in large storages. Alright, that's it for that one. Let's move back in and grab the next load. Let's pick this up. I'm gonna pull this back out. Got some loose rocks hanging around that we're gonna have to process. Come on! Well, with the help of these explosives, we're able to very easily, very quickly, and efficiently process all and blast our way into the mines. Because, let's face it, explosives are probably the best way to mine in a game like this that actually has access to them, yes. Mining is the best way, especially if you're able to very quickly and efficiently throw down supports just to, hold the mine up while you sit there and blast away at it. Like we're able to very quickly and efficiently throw down support struts to hold up the mine so we can keep blasting away at it. Normally, in real life, you would not be able to use explosives this often in a mine shaft, no. Because normally, it would make it extremely unstable by vibrating and rattling the entire cave system. Not just the stuff that you could see, but the stuff, like, in the mountain, like, above you and in the mountain rock. It would vibrate and crack rocks above you that are, like, you can't even see. And you would have to pray that, the support struts actually hold up the weight of a whole mountain. That's why they went from wood to like heavy grade steel beams whenever they made it all that, and they did that. Okay, here we're gonna dig a small hole on the top here, provided we can. Now we blasted a good bit farther. Now let's keep cleaning out. I don't know how much further this tunnel goes, but we have more than enough explosives to work for at least a little while. Alright, there we go. We're on our way to getting to the point where we can use another explosive. We should be able to throw one right there. It almost instantly got really dark in here, bro. That was fast. Alright, let's grab the rest of this. Throw that in there. Alright, now we can pull this out and we can keep pushing further down in this mine after we get some sleep, because we are clearly pretty far along here. We need to sleep. Well, after we offload all the dirt here, we need to offload all this onto the pile here. Sleep! And the next day. And into the tunnel again. To the left. On down the tunnel we go. I don't know how much further down we're going to be able to go, but I'm going to try to finish this tunnel here so we can backtrack back to the other side. I honestly just kind of want to see how far back this goes. Explosives, blast! Well, we got 11 explosives left, so let's keep going. Well, I guess we know what it actually looks like when it goes boom and falls apart. Alright, now, we're almost out of explosives, so we're going to throw the last few here, there, there. And now we're going to go here, put that there. It looks like it goes this way again. Well, now we just gotta excavate and dig. Excavate and dig, bro. Excavate and dig. Well, we just literally blew a whole bunch of explosives down the tunnel, and we have expanded quite far into the mine. The only thing now we gotta do is literally just break all the stuff on the roof and get all this down from the roof. That way we can, you know, start squirreling it away outside. The only thing we gotta do is just, you know, focus and break the rest of these rocks down here, because clearly we need to do that so we can clear the rest of all this dirt out. Also means we gotta go and chop a bunch more trees so we can make more tracks, so we can then slowly but surely break and clear the rest of this mine out, because I'm pretty sure it literally just loops back around to the other side, probably, so yeah. But first, I gotta sit here and very steadily but surely work. Now, as far as explosives go, the only thing now that they need to do with that to expand its use is, instead of throwing them, well, you have a throwable D&D, but you could have a bigger version that you have to place manually and then use the det cord. Like, you have to, like, run a cable back outside the mine and you know, like, boom. And it has about, like, 2 to 3 times the explosion size, but it also has like a 50-50 chance of causing a cave-in. But something like that, I feel like, would be used more to, like, open the mine, because, like, from the like the cave-in and whatnot, because you'd have to have explosives to open the mine back up to, like, clear debris and stuff. But you can't just use small explosives or something like that. You'd have to have a bigger version that, or manually place them and then light them all at the same time to blast open the entrance from all the debris. But yes, it's just a theory and an idea. I mean, obviously, it's nothing special, but since I'm addicted to this game right now, I'm going to probably keep grinding and keep streaming until I eventually finish cleaning out this mine. Making 2-hour streams and then cleaning out and sorting all the dirt. Because I know I'm going to have to eventually take all this dirt back outside. Alright, let's start cleaning up. I'm going to clean up all the dirt here and just place it all in this big pile here. That way we can slowly but surely clean out this mine wall, so keeping all the dirt nice and neat in a big pile. Now that they got a game like this where you actually operate a mine shaft and you can slowly expand it, the only thing they got to do now, not saying this developer itself, but some developer out there, make a VR version of this. That's the only thing they got to do now. They've already got a game where you literally can basically build your own mine shaft. I mean, yes, the mine shaft is basically scripted to go in a specific area in a specific way, because literally building a mine shaft from scratch probably would not be easy for any gamer to do. Because, I mean, people did it like in Minecraft and shit, but even then, that shit didn't even look right. Because most people don't know how big mine shafts actually are, so people can make it from between 3x3 all the way up to like 4 and 5x5. Which, I mean, yes, it's nice, but it's also very, very big. A 5x5 tunnel is also very, very big. Used for like vehicles and stuff probably would be, because you could probably fit a horse wagon and something like that. A massive tunnel like that. You'd be able to have horses going inside the tunnels, even though technically I have a feeling a horse would not go underground unless it was literally like a mule or something. And even then, it wouldn't know if it's safe because it would start yanking at the reins. Like, hell no, I ain't going in there. It's not safe. What the hell is wrong with your ass? I ain't going in there. But I did just experience my first cave-in with the explosives because I did not get the supports placed in time. But now that I did, I've cleaned it up, and now I'm going to, keep digging until I get, further along and clean up the rest of this dirt. I just got to finish cleaning up all this dirt here, all these rocks, and then get it down there to the wall so I know where I've made it. There's not much space up there to actually throw. The only thing they could do to change that is to make it, instead of a throwable, you can place them. Like, you can throw them too, but you could also have a secondary option to place them manually, like actually stick them in the roof, or stick them to rocks, and use your torch to light them instead of lighting them and throwing them. You would hold the torch and actually light them and then run away. So you could place them and actually have, if you can't throw it, like actually get it into the spot where you're trying to get it, you can place it there and then light it there. So it's, where you need it. But the throwing mechanic's also pretty good. I actually enjoy throwing explosives. It's very efficient and very, very satisfying. Extremely satisfying. Well, yes, I have been waiting for this game to come out for so long now. You're not going to believe this, but they built the world they have in the full game. They actually built it around the demo's playtest area. If you go outside of the riverside mine, if you're watching.
Yeah.
Are you watching? I don't know if you're watching.
Let me check. That was tabbed out. I am now.
Look at this. You can probably tell. Look at that river and the little route there. And then that river, it wraps around that way. That's where you hunted elks, because there's literally deer on the other side, but technically it was actually up there where you hunted last, but they changed the layout a little bit. So now the deer spawn on the other side of that hill. And that's right over here was where that house was for that old man that used to live here. It was like right over here somewhere. Based on almost exactly. The house was literally sitting right here.
Yeah.
It was like sitting right there. It's basically almost exactly like this, but they built the map around the playtest area. They even have gold panning in this.
Oh, damn.
Although they got a little bit of work to do there as far as panning goes. They got a little bit more work to make it. They've got a little bit more work to flesh it out a little bit. So instead of just clicking on the water and shifting it back and forth, it's a little bit more to it. But than just clicking and shifting, I feel like there should be maybe not much more, but a tiny bit more, a little bit. Flesh out just a little bit, and then it'd be a little bit more enjoyable. And instead of just clicking on some sparkly spots, you could literally just shovel dirt out of an area in the river and bring it back, bring it out, and put it in like a bucket or something and sift it. But we don't have buckets because buckets aren't a thing now. Well, aside from this wooden bucket, but that's something we carry with us, so we can't place that on the ground. And earlier in the second stream, I think it was in the second stream, I mentioned the dredging. It was like another 10 to 20 years from now, they'll start running dredges through this area because it's like they've already finished the gold rush and all of the gold is basically gone. And all the mines have been tapped out from like 10 to 20 years from now. So there's basically nothing left. And that is basically good. Open a little pocket there. Open a little pocket there. Open a little pocket on that side there, and we're basically good to go. Now we can finish pig cleaning up. And cleaned up. All the dirt is now put away. Let's scroll this thing back out here. Empty this thing out. Come back, grab the next batch. And the batch after that, because I'm pretty sure there's at least two more carts full of dirt in that pile. Maybe at least one and like maybe a half or something like that. I don't know. I've already got this thing full.
Nice. I'll be right back.
Whee! Push it into the mine. Let's go. Bam, bam. Honestly, folks, this is probably the only game that I actually found and stuff that actually has mine carts in it that you can actually push and set up the carts for. Because this is like the only game that actually has legitimate mine carts in it that you can push. That you can grab and push. Most games have it where you can like the cart will do it itself, or you kind of just run in, like walk into it. AKA Minecraft. You walk into the cart and push it around. This game actually allows you to physically push the carts. The only thing they gotta do now to flesh this system out with the cart is to make a weight system to it. So like if it's full, it's slightly slower. Just slightly, not like real slow, but like, a little bit. Or maybe you can upgrade the cart to make it like bigger. Or something like that. Or maybe where you can put more than one cart on there if it's like a big mine. Or split the tracks maybe. Where you can have like a split track so you can go one or two ways or something like that. I don't know. There's so many things you could do with a system like this. So many things you could easily do with something like this. That's the second cart. Bucket. Dump. Bucket. Dump. Bucket. Dump. Up. Bucket. Dump. Bucket. Dump. Empty. Alright, let's go grab whatever's left. I'm pretty sure there's at least a little bit left, and then we need to start sorting because we need to get ready to head back into town now because we've run out of explosives. So we need more explosives in order to very efficiently mine. Explosive mining is probably the most efficient source of mining. Like, it's the most efficient way to really break these rocks really fast. Because if you did this with a stone pick, it would probably take you literally forever with the primitive axe to break all these rocks one at a time. And sometimes you probably wouldn't be able to break some of these rocks because some of these rocks are probably a little bit tougher. But yes. As well, another thing they could do, they got it where you can place the little lanterns on the things. So that's something. But you could probably flesh that out, like the lighting system inside a little bit more, but I don't know. I mean, the game just came out, so clearly they still got a good bit of work to do, and, you know, some updates and some other stuff probably, but I mean, honestly, I don't really know. I don't know what all their plans are, that like a roadmap or whatever. I don't know what they have, what their plans are, like long term for a game like this. I don't know what kind of long term plans they have. Like, what are they gonna flesh out the map where it has even more mines than it already does, or are they gonna make the mines deeper, more detailed, what have you? Now that we got all the dirt out, we can start processing. I'm honestly curious why they don't have like coal or something in this game, like our burnable fuel source like coal, because I feel like coal would be something that could easily. Look, the river's recharged. There's a bunch of glowy spots all over the place again. Yeah, it was a nice little tidy profit system, but I mean, honestly, it wasn't really all that profitable running all over the place to get a little bit of gold. I mean, yes, it was profitable for the time I put in, but yeah. It allowed me to get a bunch of explosives and stuff. I finished upgrading my hotel, all the rooms, except for room 5. I haven't started work on room 5 yet, but I want to know how much dirt, how much gold and iron I'm going to get out of all of this dirt. Right now we have $146.96. And we have quite a good bit of gold. I know we don't actually have access to any serious thing. If we really wanted to, we'd have to probably go back to town and actually squirrel away, like buy a chest or something. Like, they need to add buildables to at least a storage chest of some kind, or maybe a gold storage of some kind, so you can have a storage system on your plane to actually squirrel away extra gold that you don't have enough space for, or if you have too much gold, you have like 3 or 4 different methods of storing it there on your plane, maybe. Alright, now let's just keep going. We're almost done. Almost done. Just a few more buckets and we'll be complete. completely done with all the dirt we have mined out at the moment. Once we finish this, we'll have to go out and get some axe, get an axe, and start chopping more trees down. So we need a lot of trees so we can make more tracks and more support struts for this mine. So we don't have any more cave-ins because I don't really want to have to build another cave-in, not really. Because I'm pretty sure, I mean, yes, obviously the cave-in, the dirt from the cave-in was mixed in with the dirt that we still, currently have. So if there was anything in it, it probably was mixed in with most of the rest of the stuff. So. Alright, keep track. We have a good bit of gold here. We have, let's see, 625 iron ore. We now have 937 iron ore. $376 gold nuggets, 385 gold flakes, 1,524 gold dust. Shizzle McNizzleness. So much gold. So much fucking gold now. We now have 4,075 gold dust. Let's see. 2,654 gold flakes and 1,116 gold nuggets. So we basically have enough to process dear God amounts of freaking gold. So let's head into town now with all the gold we have. We'll be busy for a little bit working that. Only thing we gotta do is figure out somehow that we can build maybe a second or third, maybe at least one more of those refineries there. Maybe make it bigger or something. I don't know. Make an option to upgrade it so we can have like a second or third base system added to it, so it can process two to three sets of gold at one time instead of just one. You see that? It did that white thing again right there. I don't know if that's the graphics glitching out, honestly. I can't tell. I mean, I think it's the graphics glitching out, but then again, it might not be. It might be something else. I have no idea. To the craftsman. We need to go find the dog sled. Alright. Let's start out. We're going to move all the gold nuggets over, so we have a little bit of space to work with to squirrel away the gold bars. We're gonna squirrel away that one pure gold bar here, so we have a little bit more space to work with. I gotta go back to the general store and buy more mercury. I will bother with buying explosives later. Right now I need more mercury so I can actually work this system more. Alright, there we go. This is now going to run. That's going to run. Only thing we got to do now is hope and pray that we can actually upgrade this at some point to make it a little bit bigger. Because this right here needs to be bigger. And we need upgrades of at least maybe 1 to 2, if not even 3 different upgrades for this gold refining system here. Because this thing needs to be a lot bigger. Like, it doesn't have to look newer. It doesn't even have to look new. Literally just take this tower and put, like, extend this pad as you upgrade it. Extend the pad to a second pad, third pad, fourth pad, and you simply extend this pipe around. Maybe add a second one on top, so you have to have 2 Mercuries to operate 4. Because one of these could then take 2 Mercuries instead of 1, so you can then operate a second one, because you'd have 1 right here and then 2 more over here, and then you'd then add a second tank. Once you got to the second set over here, you'd have to add an extra tank for Mercury, and then you'd have to be able to wrap the tube around. So you'd have basically 3 different upgrades for this, so you can then process up to 4,000 gold at once, 4,000 weight of gold, or for whatever weight type you're, using. Stone. I'm gonna build myself a stone axe, and then look at that. It looks much nicer, sort of. Stone axe. It's not a primitive axe. Primitive axe has a damage of 100. This has a damage of 100, 350, speed of 100. What's the primitive axe run? 250. So basically, this might take 1 less chop to cut a tree down. Maybe. Something like that. I don't know. Let's go check. Let's go test it. 1, 2, 3. So basically, yes. 1 less chop per tree. 1, 2, 3. Chop the trees, get all the trees, cut all the trees down, get all the trees. Alright, now we're going to put this here, put that there, put this here. We're then going to backtrack back over here. Cut these trees down, because this durability thing has quite a lot of durability, so it will take, at least a little bit of time to get rid of this and break this axe down. I wonder how I can actually get an even bigger backpack. That way I can actually carry my axe on me permanently instead of having to constantly get rid of it in order to carry the pickaxes on me. So I can actually carry at least 4 pickaxes that I usually run with. That's with the fact that I'm always running explosives now. I also need at least 1 space for the explosive stack that I carry, which is usually about 30 explosives, if not more. Chop, 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 chop. Dum 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 dum. Alright, so we can build at least 1 pickaxe, 1 more pickaxe, along with the stack of explosives that we will need. So yeah, we need at least one. We need it to hold on to at least 1 space just so we can squirrel away a whole bunch of explosives. 1. Womp, 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 womp. Now, we leave, run all the way over here, turn around and run back and see if he's restocked. I'm gonna check this. It's 10 hours. That's 10 hours. Okay, now run all the way back over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bam. Now, we got 30 explosives. That's enough explosives to mine more dirt out of the mine. There we go. We got everything we need. The only thing we got to do now, basically, is just work and squirrel away all the gold we can. What do y'all got? 35. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and accept that money. Sleep. Wake up. Collect the next day's pay. Pay them all. Get rid of pay all those guys for the next 2 days. Keep that thing stocked up because I can't guarantee I'll be out. I mean, with how fast I'm processing dirt stuff, it makes sense. I got 1 hour left on these processes, and then I'll be able to reset. We still got 2 more things of mercury plus plenty of gold here to work with. So we'll give this thing just a tiny bit more time to finish processing the gold. Here's insulated jacket. I'm actually gonna go. I want to go check the furrier's workshop real quick and see if he has any kind of any more blueprints over here that I can learn. Clothing, cloth shoes, cloth pants, cloth jacket, cloth hat. So basically, we need I want the cloth shoes. Temperature +2. We also need the hat, but that's another $50 that we don't actually have at the moment. Not worried about it at all. I'm able to actually stay warm right now because, well, reasons. I need a little bit more sticks. Alright, go ahead with that. And this is now done. Now, fill the sticks. Start that process. We have the pure gold flakes. So we're going to actually go and squirrel away the pure gold flakes. We're going to pick up the gold nuggets and we're going to squirrel away the pure gold flakes. We can actually start, finish processing all this while we slowly but surely. We're going to take this gold bar. We're going to go sell it so we can buy even more mercury from the store. Alright, now we need to go over here. Accept the mercury. Leave. And all the way back over here. Turn around and run back. And we'll spend all the money we have currently to buy Mercury so we can run the process for another several times. Only thing is we need something to do to make us tired so we can actually keep sleeping, because this right here is running around is something that could theoretically make you even just a little tired, but it's mainly just time.
Yeah.
Okay, apparently you don't have to go all the way over here. You just have to let the door close. That's all you have to do is literally just let the door close. Now we have 11 Mercury, which means we can literally process up to 11 more stacks of gold. But that is not going to be easy to do with how much time it's going to take to process and how little of that we can actually sit here and wait for. Alright, got a shotgun. I'm not really sure what the firecracker is, but that would be nice. I don't know what the firecracker is. I'm assuming it's like an actual firecracker. It just makes noise to scare off creatures. Probably. I don't know. I didn't know how to use time or use energy. I'm assuming I can go chop trees or something to use time. Let's go chop some trees, I guess, to use a little bit more energy so we use some of our energy for tree chopping. Well, yes, I want to process all of my gold down, so I'm going to cut whatever trees I can to make myself tired so I can actually sleep. Not tired yet. Again. Ugh. I can't use time, and this is getting ridiculous. I don't really know what to do. I can go and dig more dirt, but I already have a whole bunch of gold that I need to process in order to make more space in my gold inventory.
Yeah.
I need to make something we can do to use energy, like some small little tasks that can be repeated constantly, like maybe just chopping firewood, like actually have a table or something, or like something where you actually have to chop it into smaller pieces or something, so like Skyrim, where you have to like put the wood on the thing and it, you know, does the little firewood chopping animation, but it's not that, and it actually uses energy and time, so you can ask how much you want to craft, and then you set it for like I don't know, 20 or 30, and it actually sits there and cuts like 10 pieces of wood over the course of like an hour or something, or like 30 minutes or something, and it makes you tired.
Yeah.
I know the whole being tired thing is probably the only thing that's going to get irritating fast. Is like, because you can't sleep until you get tired. So there's nothing to really do while you slowly, surely, but surely wait. I need to buy a shovel. So I guess I could go and dig up those things maybe. I don't know what they are, but sure. Iron balls. Sell. We can use that to buy a shovel. I guess we could go and sell one of our pickaxes to make some space. Shovel. A whole bunch of additional gold added to our inventory. I am looking for more of those gold little dirt hill things where the skull on it, so I can see if I can get additional material that I don't really need, but I guess I will take and smelt it down along with all the other. Let us look around. I don't know what to do right now. I really don't. I mean, I guess I could technically go hunting if I really wanted to. It's just, it takes forever for you to actually pass by the time for you to, so you can actually go to sleep again. Alright, we're down to 1,000. We're up to 1,000 of the pure gold flakes. So we're gonna go sell this gold, or sell this iron we have here, and we're going to use it to buy more explosives. More explosives. What's the what time is it that we have to build it? We have to wait till before we can actually go to sleep.
What?
I don't know what time it is. How much time we have to wait before we can actually sleep again.
No.
I don't know, folks. But now the only thing we can really do now is literally just wait, because I don't really know what else we're supposed to do in order to pass by time. The hot fix is now alive. You pick up feedback up to alive. Then they've already got a second hot fix out. Okay. But recycling when the door closes is not an issue for anyone. Like, it's not us who have to restock, so I don't see the issue with it. I think the cold could be made worse. I thought I'd be fearing it sheltering near fire constantly, but I've been bunny hopping completely naked across the map at negative 30 degrees only eat a few berries. It was far worse, but we toned it down a bit later. We may add some new levels, expanding a map with more freezing terrain. Okay. I mean, that would be nice. Add multiple upgrades to these refinery gold refiner at the craftsman. So, like, you would upgrade with money or resources, and it would add a second tower for level 2. Level 3 would add a third tower and a second mercury bank storage, or whatever you want to call it. Level 4 would attach a fourth tower to level 3 tower, and would be complete. What do you guys think? That is basically what I thought. It sounds reasonable, but I mean, it's literally basically just take the refinery tower that's on the gold refinery and multiply it by 3. So it's like, alright, well, add 3 more to it. So you take the plate that the first one's sitting on, and you simply put another one to the right of that, and then you basically take the third plate and you rotate it by 90 degrees or something.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the refiner, the craftsman, for upgrades, the theoretical upgrades that they could do to it in a later update or something. So it's like you take the plate that the first tower is sitting on, right, and you simply put another one down to the right of the first one. Then to the right of that one, you rotate the third plate to where it's like not next to it, but to the right. So it's like I don't know, there's like a space for the square, and you take from that empty space, you rotate the next one to the right, and then you put another tower there connecting that tower up to the second level 2's tower with the pipe, and then you put another plate to the right of that one for another tower and connecting that up to level 3, sort of kind of, because I don't really know how to like take the image from that one and actually change it around too much. Well, it's clear that running around doesn't use any kind of material, or like running or whatever. It doesn't cost anything. Nothing left with a little bit of digging. I don't know what to do now, honestly. The only thing I could think to do is probably just go chop more trees, but we've already got 147 wood, so that should be enough wood at least for now. That reminds me, I need to go out to the carpenter and actually build more tracks and support struts and stuff, so that's probably what's going to be done with today's energy. The energy from this day. No fall damage is also something that's a little concerning. This guy's got a nice little house back here. Alright, so we're gonna add another 20 of these. Check our inventory. We got 8, so we need at least 12. Track type 3 and track type 2. Curious what that means. I don't know what that means. I also need to buy this thing. I need to buy this crossbow, because that crossbow looks awesome. $1 for 5 bullets.
Honestly, I heard the crossbow in that game is pretty shit.
It's still something you can throw money at, so that's probably the only reason I would buy it. It's something you can literally just throw your money at, because eventually, I have a feeling eventually you're literally going to run out of stuff to throw money at. You might not be making much, but eventually you're going to run out of shit to throw money at. Because like,
Yeah.
I've already basically finished upgrading the hotel as far as like to the level 1 phase. The only thing I got to do now is spend $75 for rooms 1 through 4 to upgrade them to level 2 with whatever that means. I'm guessing make them slightly nicer, I guess. I don't know. I also got to spend $50 on the 5th room or whatever that is.
Oh.
So I don't know what to do now. Let's take this axe and we're gonna go cut some more trees. Maybe with the next bout of money we get from the gold bars we set, we're gonna be smelting. I want to get to where I can literally make 4 gold bars out of that refinery. I know that that's gonna be something that the refinery is literally the only thing that needs upgrading out of the craftsman. The refinery needs at least 3 upgrades so you can add 3 more towers to it so you can smelt more either that or make it bigger so you can smelt more gold out of the 1 tower. Make the tower bigger or more something. I don't know, something. So you can smelt more gold with that thing because it needs to be able to smelt upwards of 4,000 at its final tier, so you can actually max out that, be able to smelt the maximum amount of bars per day out of the 1 thing. Because you're going to be getting a lot of gold out of digging. A lot of gold. So you need to be able to smelt and process all that gold. And without, without all that excess, time or whatever you're going to be throwing at it, you need to be able to process the amount of gold you have every day, which it's not exactly bad, but still, it's something that's going to be, slightly irritating, I guess. Because you got to use at least a little bit of time per day in order to sleep. You got to use at least a tiny bit of energy per day in order to sleep. $70 a day for 2 days. Pay that off. Bam. Go down here. Collect the iron, put more iron there. Collect gold, put the next battle gold in there. And we're going to take gold. We're going to bump this up to 48 or whatever is closest. Alright, that's that done for today. Go down
I'll be
here.
right back. One of my friends are texting me. So I'm just gonna call him real quick.
Roger. Pure gold nuggets, so that's something. Got gold nuggets and gold flakes. Right now we're working on the gold flakes. So yeah, that right there is probably going to be one of the bigger things that's going to, be, I don't even know, so maybe just slightly irritating is the time it's going to take to upgrade each individual thing. Alright, we got 56 wood, so that's enough to build. I mean, that's enough for now, but like, I'm going to probably work until using this thing every day to cut, I don't know, just a little bit of trees so I can sleep again, sleep till tomorrow, and then smelt another bout of wood, smelt another bout of the gold. I don't know, what do y'all think? Y'all think this is too light on the whole being cold thing? Because right now it's negative. It's like negative 2 degrees right now with how cold it actually is. I don't know. I mean, they do have a point. They could dial it up like a little bit, tone it back up by, a little, but not much. Just tone it up a little bit so it's not ridiculous. Just cutting the trees down so I can actually use some of the time I have. Maybe they could add like some other small little mini gameplay things that take time to do, like maybe masonry, where you can like hammer, make shape rocks and other things, like shape the axe heads. So instead of like actually just going to a table and just sit and craft, you actually have to place the rock and draw the shape, and you actually have to sit there and cut the axe head out of the rock by shaping it with grinders and other things. Maybe I don't know. It's just I'm just gonna constantly spitball because there's so many things you could do to a game like this, and if I'm given enough time to play this game, I will think up of a ton of stuff, random things that you could so easily consider doing. Not that it's easy to actually put it in. It's because it wouldn't take much thought. I'm like, is it a good idea? Maybe. Is it practical? No. You know, easy to think about because it's like something you would consult with your team or whatever you know working with. Really good cracker. Crackers forever, bro. Let's just cut these trees over here down. Wonder if I can sell my planks. I'm honestly kind of curious how the craftsman, a carpenter, lost his wife and daughter. I'm curious how they died. Alright, I built a whole bunch more stuff out of the wood. I'm curious, can I sell the wood planks for some money? Well, that's $90 right there. I can buy the next level, I guess, of the track type, which will then give us the ability to oh, okay, so now you got a split way. Well, I got what I wanted at least. I got a split. Chop, 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 chop. We're gonna make a handful of, like, maybe one or two of those. Alright. We'll go back and we'll build like one or two of these track level 2s here. The only thing I gotta do now is buy up the rest of those bolts. And then we gotta come back and buy that third track type, which I'm assuming is not just a split, but it's like a 3-way, probably. I mean, I guess it's maybe a 3-way. I don't really know, honestly. Something that could easily be done. Why am I not tired yet? What more do I have to do to become tired? I'm doing sit-ups or like crunches or whatever, or like crouches, squats. I'm squatting. But apparently crouching is not the same as squatting, even though technically it's basically the same motion. don't know what more I'm supposed to do on the daily. It probably wouldn't take me very much to actually draw up a plan. It would be a very like extremely rough plan because I'm no artist. But basically, if you took that thing and then you like cut out the, I guess you could technically just take a picture of that and then cut out and copy that one thing, putting it back in, and then also then basically taking an extension photo and somehow drawing on it. So you'd have to basically draw up a plan of sorts, and then you'd have to draw plans for both, like all 3 levels. So like level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4. Finally, I can finally sleep again. See, because I got pure gold nuggets and gold flakes, which I'm basically just processing gold nuggets now. Because the gold, you have to have probably at least 100 weight, so it will take a long time to process this gold. So that's probably going to be something we're going to have to probably come back for later. I'll leave all that there, and I'll come back and work on it later. I'm going to head back to the mine now. I'm going to start working on a little bit more of an extension, I guess. There's no point doing it in this mine, I'm pretty sure, unless that tunnel does not actually connect up with this other tunnel, which I'm pretty, like, 95% sure it does, but I might be mistaken. Alright, now, let's see. I keep pushing. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, support pillars. Activate. Explosives. Go. Support pillar. Place. Explosives. Go. Explosives. Go. Go. Fire. I will clean up this dirt later. My God, this rock here, this crack, whatever, I don't know what this rock is, but it's like all cracked and whatnot. This rock is strong as fuck. The explosives aren't working no more. Why do you think I'm throwing them on the sides? I know. I'm gonna have to probably process all this dirt, all the rocks on the overhead by myself, like by hand. But I'm perfectly fine with that. I mainly just kind of want to know where this actually goes, like how far it actually goes, because we're going uphill. Oh, we're flattening it, it's straightening out again. Alright, now. I wonder if we can use these explosives to break down the roof. If we dug a hole just right, like in just the right spot, we might be able to get an explosive in there, but it's going to be difficult to actually throw it just right, so it'll actually stay. In the middle, I guess? Go. Hold the roof up, bro. Yeah, this is going to take a while. Might as well get started. I gotta basically just keep patching and cleaning this up and getting the walls reinforced because I got plenty of dirt. I got plenty of dirt to move. But the sorting and stuff, all of the sorting is probably gonna have to be done mostly off camera, but at least until they fix it where they shorten it up a good bit or something. I don't know, but they got a lot of work to do. Like a lot. Mainly on that particular part, they have a lot of work to do, like where you can pay to upgrade the refinery, make it bigger, or add more tubes to it so you can actually do more at one time or something. Even if you can't upgrade the one at the Craftsman, you could easily build an upgraded, build your own version on your claim, or wherever you're, behind your hotel. You could literally build, because they have that little, what I assume is probably a stable or something back there. You could easily build a better version of the refinery by asking the native dude, whatever his name is. I don't know what his name is. I forgot what his name is. But you could literally ask him and pay him to build another one there. You might have to pay I don't know, $500 to $1,000 just for the basic version. Probably 500 would be probably about 250, and then 500 for the level 2, 1,000 for the 750 for the bigger level 3, and then over 1,200 for level 4. Because right now the only thing I gotta do is just sit here and clean all these rocks up, because we got a lot of rocks here that are just hanging. It's one thing that is honestly kind of confusing to me. Not really for the fact that they hang, the fact that they don't fall. When you blast all the rocks out from underneath these other rocks, why don't they just collapse down and become part of the floor? But then again, that would probably be a little too realistic if they actually all fell down. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I feel like it might be a little too realistic for something like that to happen, but then again, maybe not. But just processing and mining off all this dirt, obviously I'm gonna head back to town real quick, reset those furnaces, come back out here, and keep mining. Because I have a lot of gold to smelt, as well as iron. you know, I have a lot of that to work with, a lot of iron to work with, and I would prefer to be able to smelt it down to bars instead of just selling it as is. I would rather smelt it down to iron bars. Alright, so we need to run around, check on the smelter here. Alright, now we're going to grab an axe and we're going to cut a little bit more trees. Well, mainly we gotta make another axe, so... Alright, time to go make a new one. Alright, now we gotta head back out to the mine and get back to work. No, the only thing they gotta do out of the mine, out of this one, which is the second one, actually they probably should do it at least the bigger ones. Starting with Riverside, they need to add at least a level 1 refinery up for this one, so you can do it out of this camp here, out of the mining camp. You can do it specifically out of this place instead of having to go all the way back to town to do it. You can make the gold bars in town, but you should be able to refine the gold here. Just saying. Alright, let's get back to work. We got a lot more rocks to break before we get to the end. There's just a blanket of dirt there, so it won't take long to clean it up, as far as like actually piling it all up, but it will take a long time for me to actually cart all this back out. Because I don't know if they have like a level 2 or level 3 version of the cart. Maybe they could make it where you could have more than one cart at one time, like a little train of carts. Instead of just one, you could have up to 3 carts for the bigger mines. For the bigger mines, yes, that, or maybe you could have an employee to actually help you move the dirt back and forth and help you, you know, with the sifting and stuff, so you don't have to do it yourself. You could hire somebody to have it done. Oh my god, we're getting to the rocks where we literally only hit them twice. It didn't work out like I wanted it to. Well, it looks like we won't be making these pickaxes anymore. These pickaxes only worked for a short time. We'll have to bump ourselves up to the actual iron pick now, because this fancy pick is basically what you would consider between the stone pick, the primitive stone pick, and the iron pick, probably. Or the stone pick, depending on which one actually has more damage. I mean, technically, this is an iron pick, but it's not like it's like a fancy version of a stone, or I don't know, a fancy version of an iron pick. Now we're down to the point of like 3 hits per rock. Maybe this one worked. Hey, yeah. Damn it. Damn it! You see, this is why we need an option to actually place the dynamite. The throwing is nice, and it's a system you can easily keep, but you need to have a secondary option to place the freaking dynamite, so you can actually get them in those hard-to-reach areas that you can't throw them. Because throwing them is difficult whenever you can't get them to where you, like, actually throw them in the little holes where you need them to be. Only thing I can do is just keep breaking rocks until I get to the wall of dirt that's way over there. But I'll probably stop doing this before I actually get there, because I still have a lot of dirt. I still have to move all this dirt back outside. Alright. Let's just try to process and handle all those hard cracked rocks like this. Just hit all of them to make sure they actually make sure they all are broken. Apparently the slightly cracked ones are also damaged enough that you can crack them in one hit. Alright, now it's time for me to start cleaning all this dirt up. Alright, but now let's just back out of here. We'll pull this cart all the way back out, and we will be good to go. Maybe we'll be able to eventually buy like a Mark II version of the cart. Maybe I could actually build a second cart for moving more than one set of dirt, one cart's worth of dirt out, especially whenever you have a lot of dirt to move. Alright, now we gotta simply get back down in here and keep shoveling out all this dirt, because we have a lot of dirt down this way that we need to move. We also, gotta keep going, because we're not gonna move that other mine until we finish clearing out all this dirt here, because there's a lot of dirt here, but that other mine shaft will be our second target. I'm gonna put them on the far right side in all the piles, so I can basically just keep laying tracks down. Alright, and good to go there. Grab this pile, pick that small pile up, move that into this one, move that one there. Come on, pickaxe, bucket. Uh-oh. Oh well, might as well backtrack this whole setup here. That's basically all I'm going to be able to do. I'm going to have to go out and chop more trees in order to replace, finish building off the rest of this. The only thing we really need to do right now is literally just cut trees so we can build more tracks. We still have plenty of support towers for support system things for now. Big tree. Maybe the really big trees like this should be worth 3. And trees like this should be worth 2, and then those really small trees should be worth 1. The really old looking trees should be worth 3 logs per piece. Just saying. Just saying. Alright, we got 86 something logs, but that's not enough. We need more. A lot more. Because we need a lot of tracks in order to completely clear out that mine. Or at the very least get the tracks with, like placed back down or whatever. Coldness. Run down the path, run down the path, run back to town, running back to town. I've got to run back to town. Got to run back to town so I can stop by the carpenter first. Build as many tracks as I can so I can replace the tracks that I broke because we had to build that splitway. And since I can't recover, they'll pick the tracks back up like in the playtest. So, but that's a good thing. That means you actually would have a need to cut more trees. So this time, actually a good thing that you can't pick them back up because realistically, you probably wouldn't be able to pick them back up, especially the way that they were laid. Alright, now we'll run over here real quick. Sell that for that little bit amount. There's a shovel recipe, but I want there to be like an additional okay, so this one would last, slightly longer. It basically costs slightly more, but it also is slightly stronger. Alright, let's head back in here. We'll check the bank, the safe thing. Leather shoes. Okay, so we got 90. You have to buy this in order to actually get the next version, which is leather. So I'm gonna come down here. I'm gonna start cutting more trees so I can build more tracks, because I know I'm probably gonna need at least a good bit more tracks in order to clean out the mine. Well, at least get the tracks replaced. But probably, honestly, I'm probably gonna actually start on that other side now, because we got into a point where the rocks are pretty damn tough. They're pretty hard to break, which, I mean, I guess it's okay, but honestly, not really. I need to get that grinding wheel so I can sharpen my pickaxes, and maybe even get those gems if I ever get those Julie gem things. Alright, let's head over here real quick. Hit up the carpentry bench. Build all of them we can, and then we'll head back out to the mine. Well, that's going to end up being 4 gold bars sometime tomorrow, so that's going to be $600. That'll be enough. That right there will give me enough money to actually buy the grinding wheel, and then I'll also, with the rest of it, I'll buy the other recipes for like the pickaxe, the iron, the other axe upgrade in the shovel. Even though I don't need the shovel because so far there's not really been a need for the shovel, but still. Maybe he'll have more quests so I can actually build a special, maybe a different bench to upgrade my cart so I can build more carts, or upgrade my cart so it becomes bigger maybe. I don't know. I know I need a bigger cart so I can move more cargo. Fact is, I also broke my cart by accident, so I need to, I actually need to collect some wood so I can actually build myself a new one. There we go. That line is done. Now we gotta go to the other side. Alright. I know I need to get myself, I need to get my axe out. I need to cut some more trees. Alright, how much do I need? Let's see, carpentry table, no, workshop table. 15 pieces and 5 iron bars. I'll have to wait several days in order to actually be able to properly build at least. I want to try to build at least two carts so I can try to have 2 different carts. In hopes that maybe I can actually hook them up together. Maybe. I don't know. That's only 19 pieces. I need 30 pieces minimum. One more tree. Now we gotta head back into town now so we can actually sleep. We'll pick up the gold. Oh, just some moss on the log there. Looked weird for a second. It looked like it was made of gold. I'm like, oh gosh, a golden tree. I was about to slap my axe on it like I'm gonna have golden wood. Yeah. But no, it was just some moss, okay. False alarm, folks. Run back to town, run back to town. Gotta do the thing, gotta do the thing, gotta go, gotta run, run, run. Now we're gonna run over here real quick. Alright, first things first, we're gonna go in here. Sell the go balls. $600. Harder, better, faster. I'm here because you mentioned that before you have a certain amount of strength in my tools. Excellent. I've already prepared everything you'll need for the lesson. Ah, of course. Let me guess. The stars told you I'd come? No, I just saw you walking by. Alright, but still, I don't think I'll ever have such a strong with nature as you do. Where do you get such knowledge from? Knowledge is the key to power, so pay attention. We have a lesson to go through. First of all, durability. The magnetite you obtain from the gold refining process can be used to create a much more durable and efficient iron alloy, as you need to do. All you need to do is leave the tool with me and provide the required amount of magnetite, and I will take care of the rest over the next few hours. Finally, something I don't have to do all by myself. I'll provide the magnetite, since I know it's hard to attain in a short time, but you'll have to choose a decent pickaxe yourself. Let it be your companion and an extension of your hand and your soul. The whole process will take a few hours, maybe even longer, so perhaps take care of something else. In the meantime, I'll have found a great prize. Let's hit J again. I got to talk about the loan for you. I have the amount you asked for. Thank you very much, my dear friend. Everything should be ready in 2 days. Just come by and try it out at the new grinding room. Now for the rest of the things. We're going to go and sell the 2 pickaxes we have. Probably the shovel too, because I don't need it. I mean, honestly, let's face it, I really don't. And then we need to, there's an even bigger bucket, bro. That's 39 explosives, just that right there. I'm like, bruh. Progress is not waiting for anybody. Yeah, okay. I didn't know what that means, but whatever. We're gonna build 3 of these pickaxes. Just 3 of them for now. Alright, now we're gonna head back out to the mine and check this real quick. We're gonna just set the purified gold stuff in there. And we're going to probably look at, we're going to smelt this gold, go and sell this iron and see if we can buy an additional stack of dynamite. Because it's worth just the right amount to buy an additional stack. A singular additional stack, but still. Clean money! Explosives! Explosives placed! Boom! Wow! Explosives! I love the boom boom. The boom boom power of boom boom. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Autistic overdrive. Nerd rage. Right. Super pickaxe, go! Look at that fancy axe. Look at that fancy leather strap it's got. Oh my god, it looks so great. They did a lot of work to it, but it looks amazing. No, I don't really care about cleaning up. Yeah. 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 I know. I know. Calm down. Calm down now. Shh. You won't say anything. It's fine. Time to clean up. Personally, I feel like it's better for you to attack the top of the wall of stone first, then the bottom. That way you have something to actually throw the explosives on whenever you're trying to hit up the top tab. It would be better for you to just start on the top and then work your way down instead of working from the bottom like I did the whole time on the other tunnel. I just kept throwing them at the bottom and expanding just so I could keep placing the supports, and now I have a whole crap load of rocks back there that I have to break one at a time. It's going in move this over here, grab that, move that over there, grab that, move that over here. Alright, pick up all this excess dirt here. Alright, we're going to place that explosive up there. The right. Uh-oh. This tunnel over here splits. Goes in two different directions. The hell? Alright, we're gonna do this, that, and we'll see if the explosive will stay up there. Ah. Alright, now we're going to pick up the dirt so we can get the pickaxe and explosive throw. Oops. Throw. Support. Go. Now we need the bucket to pick up both of these stacks of dirt and move them like right over here somewhere where they're out of the way. There we go. hell? What the hell is this shit? It's a big ass damn open cave, bro. I guess we might as well go this way then. Break the pickaxe out and see what's over here. Alright. Well, since I clearly wasted that one intersection, we'll just have the track go this way. Alright, I think that's it for this side. We gotta, go out. Okay. Now, let's see. Maybe we do have what we need to build across this. Alright, let's go see what's over here. Yeah. Ah, this must be the other side. Yeah, no. I'm pretty sure this is probably where that other side comes out at, if I had to guess. I'm pretty sure that would kill me if I fell down, so I'm gonna do my best not to fall down. Run away, gotta leave. Got a whole bunch of gold here. You got got more gold dust and more gold nuggets and stuff. So yes, time to head back into town and do the thing. Man, I gotta go back into town so I can start sifting away all this gold. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this episode, folks. We're going to well, hold up. Let's check our time real quick. Yes, I'm gonna go back into town here for the next few hours. Probably have in-game time, or maybe even real life, depending on how long it actually takes me to smelt down all the gold I have. And I'm going to sell all that, and then I'm probably going to end up waiting to buy anything like the farm or any other upgrades. I might upgrade the hotel with some of the money I have. If I end up, with a lot, might upgrade the hotel, maybe. Would be a good idea. Anyways, if you like this stream, please do leave a like, and I will see you again in the next stream of Alaska Gold Fever. Jason Walker 34, signing off.